Hi guys, apologies for the lighting, it's a bit all over the place. It's very dark this morning, it's getting to be winter. And I've just got a light up mirror that's helping me out right now. It's before work, I just want to quickly film this beginning part and then we'll talk about the makeup properly later on when I get back. But we're going to put on some Poundland makeup. So it's the makeup gallery. I've got a full face pretty much. The only thing that I forgot was, oh no, I've just realised when I cleaned my brushes and stuff last night, I've broken, I mean, thankfully I have another one, but I've broken my Real Technique sponge. How did this happen? I don't know. Maybe it's my nails. Maybe it's my nails. So yeah, the only thing that I forgot was the mascara, annoyingly. So I'm going to start with this foundation. I just can't, it's a pound. A pound! It's Cool Porcelain. It's called Long Lasting Foundation. And after reviewing some of those cheaper foundations last week, was it last week? The week before? Whenever it was, the beginning of this month, I am a bit nervous about this one because I am going to work today and I would like to not check my makeup at 10 o'clock and be like, oh my actual Jesus, what is this? So we'll see. Okay, it's a light coverage. It's not giving me, I feel like I'm going to need a lot of this, but it's not terrible so far. That took some serious blending. I suspect that basically it's either not really on my face, not giving me much coverage at all. Am I getting foundation in my hair? I think I might be. Not giving me much coverage at all, or it's settling kind of into my pores, and it was just kind of patchy, really weird. Anyway, I didn't get a concealer because they only had the stick concealers and I didn't think that that was going to work for me. And so, what should we move into next? I'll put a little bit of eye primer on. This is a weird one. It's called Turn a Primed Eye. And it's just like a silicone-y crayon. So I put this on the back of my hand and it is just like a clear crayon. So I'm just going to put that on my eyes. I am not holding out a tremendous amount of hope for this, to be honest. But we'll see, we'll see. I do have, oh wow, it is quite, it's a lot more product than I thought it would be. I do have one particular product I think that this will work really well with, so maybe we'll use that one. And now I'm kind of between things because I've got a couple of things I want to try and two of them are creams, so I'm going to go in with those before I do any kind of powder. One of them is this highlight. I'll start with the highlight. It's called Glow with the Flow Cream Highlighter. And it's called Bloom 2. Now, when I tried this with on the back of my hand, it just didn't really give a lot of anything. So it kind of looks a little bit like it's going to be a bit of a highlight. And then when I put it on the back of my hand, it kind of was a bit of a sheen. Now, I have nothing against a bit of a sheen. That's kind of the kind of highlight that I do actually like. So we're going to try it. I'm going to use this beauty blender and see. It's just a matter of really whether or not it's adding any kind of colour or pigment in any way, any kind of sparkle, I suppose, or if it's just texture, if it's just kind of adding a gloss. By the way, I'm going to put some dry shampoo on in a second, and I just had this out to talk about. I said recently that I had rediscovered Collab dry shampoo and I quite liked it. That was like an active one. It was green. I really, really liked that. I liked the scent. I thought it was a really good dry shampoo. I've now tried the originals again, and I think that active one has got more to it. I think it's got a little bit more substance, and that's why I liked that one. I don't think I do like the original dry shampoo. Plus, this one I put in my hair, and it smells, I think it's got jasmine in it. Immediately I put it in my hair, and if you have followed me for a while, you will know my problems with jasmine and what I think it smells like, and I did not want that smell in my hair. So I found this in my drawer. This dry shampoo with volume from Batiste, and I'm going to give this one a go today. So I'm going to put it in my hair now and let it kind of soak in, absorb, while I'm doing the rest of my makeup. I mean, it's given me volume already. I feel like I'm going to a Halloween party. Right, so I'm going to do this one next, and this is it's like a blush and a bronzer, but the blush is cream. I'm going to put a little bit of that cream blush on with the same beauty blender. This had quite a lot of colour when I swatched it on my hand, and it's not translating all that well. I quite like that actually. I think I'm going to skip the bronzer. I do have this Smoothly Does It pressed powder, which looks like this. I'm just going to put this on a little in the usual places. But I'm going to avoid that area that I put on the cream. Wow, this is a lot of, like, not fallout. What do you call it when it's a powder? There's just a lot of powder coming off there. Kind of T-zone. But I'm going to avoid the area where I put on the highlight because I feel like a powder will just undo that. So the eyeshadows that I've got this duo, which I thought was kind of the duo that I would usually go for. These kind of colours I wear a lot recently. And this is called Iced Mocha. So I can go for either this or this amazing shimmer. This is All That Shimmer, eyeshadow shimmer. This is absolutely fantastic. It's a rollerball, very old school, and it's all the glitter. I'll swatch it on the back of my hand for you. It's powder that comes out in a rollerball. So messy-ish, but not as messy as just a loose powder. And wowza, right? That's amazing. I'm going to use this bronzy colour all over my lid. I think I'm going to do this and then I'm going to go over with the shimmer. It's actually giving me a lot more than I thought that it would. And I think with the eyeshadow primer, the thing that I probably need is what I've done. And that's to put it on and then kind of let it set a minute, because when I tried it before and I just immediately tried to put something over the top of it wasn't working for me at all. It's really pretty eyeshadow. I'm really impressed. So now I'm gonna take, where is it? This little flat brush, and what I'm gonna do is put the shimmer on the back of my hand, because I feel strongly that if I put that anywhere in my eyes it's gonna be like fallout centre. You can see kind of all the little bits already. And I'm just going to take it on the brush, kind of overlay it a little bit. I don't want lots, just like a little, because it is a really nice kind of shimmer. My alarm is telling me I'm taking too long. I'm going to put on a little tiny bit of this kohl liner. Not much. I don't usually do liner. I kind of do this thing that I've done with the eyeshadow, and that's it. I quite like this. It's like a soft version of eyeliner, and it's kind of like a smoky eye, right? Ooh, I feel like I maybe need a little bit of liner on the top as well. And then I'm going to do the mascara that I've picked up from Essence, because I don't have one from Poundland. I even said in the video that I was going to pick up a mascara, and I never did. So the mascara I got from Essence was Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara. I do like this. And I understand why so many people told me they thought that I would already, a flake. I do like it, but it doesn't, I don't like the brush. I think it's a very, very similar formula to the Lash Sensational from Maybelline that I love, but I think it's the brush that's letting it down. I need like more of a comb style brush. I've got black flakes under my eyes. I'm gonna have to wait for those to dry to get rid of them. And then the lip that I'm gonna use is this lip butter. It says Butter Me Up. And the colour is Cappuccino. I love this, actually. I think that's a really nice kind of daytime. Oh my God, I've gone uber glam for work. People are going to wonder what's going on, especially with the crazy big hair. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you with me. I'm going to take that lipstick, actually. Take you with me. And when I get to work, we'll just have a little powwow in the car and see how this looks in natural light, see whether or not I can get rid of these flakes. And yeah, I'll see you then. Okay, full disclosure, I'm actually quite out of breath. I've not even run to the car. I walked briskly to the car. I'm horribly, horribly unfit. Full disclosure, it's been about 2.5 hours? 3.5 hours, okay. So I put on my makeup around 7 o'clock this morning. It's about 10:30 now. I meant to check in with you as soon as I got to work, and I completely forgot. And I thought I would come and do it when I took my first break. So here we are. I mean, I'm very oily. I'm going to blot and stuff in a second and we'll see how it looks. I'm just going to use my rearview mirror to check this out. I don't like the foundation. Super duper don't like the foundation. It's kind of gathering in all the weirdest areas. All up here, it's exaggerating all these fine lines up here, but I never even notice. I never even like worry about these lines, but I don't know if it's the shine or that it's settling or what it is, but the foundation is a dud. Right, I just blotted a little bit. It's taken down the shine, and that texture is not quite as unattractive. And I'm going to use that same powder that I used this morning I'm using it on a beauty blender, needs must. I didn't have anything else. And I'm just going to kind of touch up, reapply, hopefully add a little bit more coverage in the centre of my face where I feel like I need it. But also we're aiming to be a little bit shine free because it really didn't do the job earlier on. I think I possibly needed more powder. I'm tempted to do this again, like a little mini test tomorrow, just with regular foundation that I like, just to really test out the other products, because I don't feel like this is a fair test at all. I haven't had as much fallout from the eyeshadow as I thought that I would. I really, really like the colour of this eyeshadow. And I'm thinking in tandem with some other things that I already know do work, some other primers and stuff, it might actually be a really nice eyeshadow. And for £1 for those eyeshadow duos is an absolute steal. The lip, oh, I'm going to reapply the lip now as well. I like this. It's not kind of worn. I mean, there's not a lot of colour to it to wear away, to be fair. But it's not worn in kind of a patchy, uneven way. I don't know whether or not this is going to be the same for the brighter colours, but I quite like this. It's very hydrating. It didn't kind of make my lips feel dry as it wore. I really, really like it. Overall, it's kind of middling. Now, it's kind of worth mentioning that in the same way that when I try, let's say, a £50 foundation, how often does that happen? But let's say it's absolutely amazing, life-changing foundation, I have to knock off some points for it being a £50 foundation. It's not affordable. It's not a cheap foundation. And so because everything's £1, I am kind of adding points. I'm being fairer than usual, but I think that's fair. I think that's okay. And I think it should have some kind of leeway that products that are more expensive does not. And overall, I'm kind of happy-ish. It's 3:30. This is the end of my work day. I'm going to go home, take off my makeup, have a bath, get ready again and go back out again. But I thought tomorrow we'll do this again with my regular foundation. I have got a ton of just like smear underneath my eyes. Nothing has really lasted all that well, to be honest, but I really want to see this stuff on another base, so I will check back in with you tomorrow. Hey, so the lighting's a little bit better today. I'm going to put on the No. 7 Stay Perfect foundation because it's my favourite of the moment, and there we go. So now I'm going to put on, what am I going to put on next? I'll try the cream things again, right? So we're going to do a little bit of the blush, but I'm going to put it on with my fingertips instead. That's very pink. Okay, that's a lot. Not super blendable. It really is like there's a lot. I just dabbed my brush in it, which seems to be easier to use this with a brush. It's not for the faint-hearted. The same with the highlight, just a little bit. I really want to see whether or not this was kind of part of the texture that I could see that I didn't like the other day, because I suspect that it wasn't. I think it was probably just the foundation. I quite like it when you first put it on. Just looked up close and I really don't think that there's anything wrong with it at all. It's just kind of a nice little gleam. Eyes wise, I'm going to use the Lied Away eyeshadow stick. What am I going to blend this with? It's pretty nice. I'm going to put this underneath my eyes as well. And I'm going to use that same eyeshadow as the other day. So this is the duo eyeshadow in Iced Mocha. And I think there's a decent amount of fallout here, but we'll see. I'm going to use this one again under my eyes, just a small amount. The idea is that I'm kind of setting the stick that I just used, and then I'm gonna use a different brush for this. I'm gonna put it on my lids as well. The powder was pretty good when I used it the other day, so we're gonna reuse that. I've just realised I've gone over some highlight that I didn't mean to on my nose, but hey ho. For the sake of comparison, I'll use a different mascara. This is my favourite. It's the Maybelline It's the Maybelline Lash Sensational. Hey, what would work better with this, of course, is the lip butter that I showed you the other day, but I really want to try this. And that is the Pout Matters Matte Lip Colour in Fuchsia Fizz. Completely not the right colour at all. Man is crying at the door because my mum and dad have got a hairdresser in, and he wants to go and see her. It's a really nice texture, very, very similar. I mean, I think they're all the same. There used to be a Miners one that I liked, the Collection Lip Puffs or whatever they're called. They're really nice. They all smell the same. They're all in exactly the same packaging, and the colours are really similar. I basically think they're all exactly the same product, just branded differently. So if you can get it for £1, why not?
Like I say, I know this is kind of a little bit out there to have the kind of bronzy eyes and the pink lip, but we're doing it just to test out another product. And I'll come back to you in a few hours to see whether or not kind of the other products, everything aside from the foundation, are actually any good on top of a different base. It's been about 6 hours. This is actually not so bad. Obviously the lipstick is wearing now, but it's been a long time. I usually would have touched this up by now. I just want to kind of show you what it actually looked like. It's not super uncomfortable. It needs touching up. The eyes aren't too bad. Creased a little bit, but I haven't got any primer underneath. I don't think they're too bad either. There's not a tremendous amount of anything kind of blush-wise left, I don't think. The eyeshadow has faded a little bit. And the powder looks fine. I don't even think I'm oily, but I'm not crazy oily. I think the actual products on top of your regular foundation are pretty much okay. I mean, they're £1 each, guys. £1. I'm going to go back and try more. I will keep you posted as to whether or not I find some absolute standout amazing things. I'm going to be using that lip butter a lot more. I'm going to go back for some of those for sure. But maybe even the eyeshadow duos as well. I quite like those. Let me know if you've tried anything. I'd like to know if you tried anything like outside of the makeup as well. Anything specific in skincare and stuff that is specific to Primark, not kind of like a brand they sell there. But especially, you know, let me know. Have you tried any of these products? Did the foundation work for you? Geez, did not work for me. There were definitely some highlights and that was not one of them. But hopefully this has been useful for those of you thinking about maybe picking some stuff up. It is only £1 a thing, so you don't feel like you're risking a lot. But you don't want to completely waste your money if it's not worth trying. And there were a couple of things, namely the foundation, that I would just say completely stay clear of because I just don't think it's redeemable in any way. Whereas the lip thing, I'm going to try this again. I liked the other lip. I liked the eyeshadow. The blush is okay. I'm probably not going to be recommending the highlight. But the powder, again, it's fine. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's worn perfectly well in exactly the same way as any other powder that I could use. So £1 for setting powder, guys. Yeah, hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it's been useful. And I will see you guys next time.
Every time I'm going out, the same things keep happening. New boy, same tricks.